Well, we're going to try it this time. We're going to try it again. We're going to turn the sound on this time so you don't have to try to read our lips and try to figure out what we're saying. Good morning, East Alabama and West Georgia. We are broadcasting live this morning from the Roanoke Rec Center in Roanoke, Alabama on West Point Street. It's the 49th annual bike hike. It's the bike hike, almost bike hike. Almost bike hike.
Oh, so close, bike.
Oh, so close bike hike. We had to make some decisions yesterday afternoon to cancel a few of the outdoor activities that were planned for today because we had to make decisions yesterday afternoon as far as the weather is concerned. We had to go with the information we had at the time, and it looked like we were going to be in the middle of a monsoon this morning. And there is a monsoon taking place in Alabama and Georgia, by the way, but it is, maybe 4 or 5 counties to the south of Randolph County. So the heavy rain that was expected this morning is happening. It's just a little bit further south than where we are, which is a good thing. So we're still going to be here this morning, and we're inviting everybody to come by and register for our NOAA weather radios that are given away and several other things. Robin Hall is the director of the Randolph County Learning Center. She's with us for the Don, Robin, and don't forget Cindy show that's going to be taking place today here at the Roanoke Rec Center as we celebrate the 49th annual bike hike. We've already had one dress rehearsal run here, Robin, so let's do it again. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Good to see you. So, can y'all hear us? Are we good now? Hey, you can see.
You can hear us now.
That's good. We got the bugs worked out, I think. So, tell us a little bit about what's going to be going on here this morning.
Well, basically, the staff of the Randolph County Learning Center is here. You can see them in the background. Y'all wave. They're here that we have T-shirts. You can register, come by and just drop your pledges off if you have any and you have not turned them in yet. You can register for prizes that we will draw for live today. We also have the $100 bill that we have sold raffle tickets on for the past 2 or 3 months, and a handmade quilt that we traditionally always do on Bike Hike Day. So we are here. And we do have, like I said, T-shirts. We're here if I hadn't turned my pledge in yet, and I'd like to get it in. And so we'll be here this morning. If you want to go walk on your own and say, I did my own bike hike, that's fine too. We said we did some this week at the Learning Center, and we're going to do some next week also. We're going to go walk at the track. So we talked about Bike Hike Day is the culmination of several events throughout since January, really. But we start off with a bake sale, and then we go to the beauty pageant, and the schools for 2 months have been raising money. We have the warm-up event. So we have many events that lead up to this. So even though Bike Hike is not being held today, all the other events have taken place. And so except for a small percentage of the money has already come in too. So we're very thankful for that and very thankful for the supporters in Randolph County. And we get a lot of money from out of state too. People mail us checks and say, I'd like to support somebody. So it's kind of a bittersweet day that Don had it pegged yesterday. He thought we were going to have a break today like we are in the rain, but I was just too nervous. I've been out here in the rain before, and I always worry about somebody getting hurt.
It's a safety thing, yeah.
Yeah. So we apologize because we had of course we had the police department, the fire department, the fire trucks, the icy truck, the balloon jumps, the train, and balloon animals. We had everything scheduled for outside today, so it was going to be a great day. And it was part of it.
And the weather's perfect, by the way.
Oh, yeah. When I drove up at 7 o'clock and looked at Don, I just shrugged my head and said, 36 years is a little bit too long to be worrying about. Every year it's that we stress over this weather, or at least I do, and I know Don does. And thankfully, I know Randolph County appreciates you giving them the updates on just our little segment of the World Weather Report, and that's what for this week we've been texting back and forth, and I was like, please, Don, tell me what's happening. We can watch James Spann and we can listen to her, all the weather experts that you have, but here in Randolph County, we all go to Don to say what's happening. And I'm just amazed by the radar. I'm sitting here looking at his radar screen, and the detail is amazing. And I said, Mobile's getting hammered right now, and I think a few other places in Alabama, South Alabama. So luckily, we won't get some of that till this afternoon, and maybe we'll just get the rain and not the severe storms.
Well, and this happens, and I talked about it a couple of days ago when we first started looking at the possibility of rain this morning. We get those big thunderstorms down along the Gulf of Mexico, and that's exactly what's happening this morning. And that acts as kind of like a dam, and it just blocks all that moisture from streaming north. And so you get a setup basically along the I-85, I-65 corridor in south where you just get storm after storm after storm. And this morning you can see on the Southern Union State Community College live Doppler HD radar, places like Enterprise, Alabama, just getting walloped this morning. Also back over toward Albany, Georgia, very, very heavy rainfall, lots of thunder and lightning. I see multiple hail markers in there. There's at least 2 to 3 severe thunderstorm warnings now, Coffee County, Alabama. And back over toward the Alabama-Georgia state line just north of Dothan with a severe thunderstorm warning there near Headland, Alabama, and flash flood warnings down around Mobile, Orange Beach, Dauphin Island, Fort Morgan getting hammered good this morning with lots of heavy rainfall. It's unfortunate for our neighbors in South Alabama and South Georgia, but that is blocking all the moisture from streaming north up into East Alabama and West Georgia. I think there's an opportunity for that to change as we go throughout the day. There's a warm front lying across South Alabama that's kind of the focus for all of these storms. That warm front will slowly lift north throughout the morning, and it may bring some of those storms or lift some of those storms a little further north. Does it get up into the Montgomery, Auburn, Opelika, LaGrange area and kind of stall out, or does it make it on up into Chambers and Randolph and Hurd later on this afternoon? There's that possibility, and we'll talk more about that as we go throughout the morning as well. But the main reason we are here this morning is to celebrate the Randolph County Learning Center for the 49th annual bike hike, and we want you to come by and register for the NOAA weather radios that we're giving away today. And we're going to be telling you about some other items we're going to be giving away. And don't forget about the online auction that is still underway. That's always a big deal each year, Robin.
It is. We used to do it live at the radio station. We took all the auction items out there, and you would call in and bid live on air. Things changed with COVID a lot, so we changed up a little bit for 2 or 3 years with that, and then so now it's totally online. So that kind of it offers it to a wider audience. So we have over 30 items. It's on our Facebook page, Randolph County Learning Center. And if you just if you look for the Ella Smith doll, we have an Ella Smith doll made here, made Roanoke famous.
I see a theme here. Roanoke is famous for the Ella Smith doll, and where I live now, Cleveland, Georgia, is famous for the Cabbage Patch. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, and I've been to that Cabbage Patch hospital. Yeah. Everybody's got, if you have a child, you've got to go there at some point and get that Cabbage Patch. And us of a certain age, remember having those too. Yeah. So, but go there, and that's going to run through the 22nd. And you just look at the bids that have already been placed and place your bid. So it's real easy to do. We did it on our website last year, and that some people had difficulty navigating that. So we just made it simple and put it on Facebook. We still have T-shirts that you can buy. These are, everybody has to have their bike hike T-shirts. If you look around Randolph County, people are wearing their shirts on Fridays, but they're wearing them all the time. And so these are great shirts this year, so we encourage you to still get one and wear them on Fridays. Of course, you see the bike hike signs everywhere. That means that people are supporting us. And we're amazed each and every year of the amount of support that we get and the generosity of everyone. So we're just, like I said, today is usually just the celebration of the whole past 2 months and a celebration for the people that we support and serve. And that's what all this is for. It's for to have funds. We're totally nonprofit, and the funds go to kind of help with the offset some of the expenses that we have that are not covered by the state of Alabama and Medicaid. So we use that money to enrich everyone's lives, and so we appreciate. And in lean times, too, if it comes up that we don't get funding, we have that, we have bike hike in the community to fall back on. And this community supports us throughout the year, not just at bike hike time, but all, just like we're in front of the rec center. Well, this is a place that we like to come and exercise and play basketball or go down to the track and walk. We do many events with the Hanley High School right down the road and Hanley Middle School and the churches here in this community. So we're very lucky and blessed with the support in this county. So today, what we encourage you to do, just come on by. Just come by. You don't even have to get out of your car. Just come by if you want to make a donation or drop off a pledge sheet that you've already done, or just come by and register for a prize. You can win a prize today. So
We got grab one of those sheets right there for me, Robin. Let me show everybody. We're doing curbside service here today. Look, all you gotta do is drive up, and I'll walk out to the vehicle. You can scan this. And then you'll be able to register for the NOAA weather radios that we're giving away. You don't even have to get out of your vehicle. You can get out and do it the old-fashioned way and write it on a piece of paper and stick it in the box, or just pull up and I'll run out to the car, scan this. You can register for the NOAA weather radios. We'll be giving them away a little bit later on this morning. And let me give a shout out this morning to Jonathan Jones. He and his family are watching us from Pawleys Island, South Carolina this morning.
Our beach trip, yeah. Don and I have been wanting to broadcast from the beach for 32 years, so we hadn't made it yet.
Yeah, so Jonathan and his family are on vacation this week, and he took a little time out of his vacation to make those up for me. Jonathan and I go way back. We worked together in emergency management. But thanks, Jonathan, for putting together the QR code for us and setting us up so that we can do that online registration for our NOAA weather radios. And we Miss Abigail and Miss Ella and Miss Lisa also watching us this morning from Pawleys Island, South Carolina. I keep trying to talk him into going to the Gulf Coast. I can't get him to try, Destin, Panama City, Gulf Shores. I think if he ever tried it one time, he'd stop going to South Carolina. Beautiful down there.
Yeah, it is a whole different animal, the Gulf, as compared to the Atlantic coastline. But hey, either one sounds wonderful.
Right now, either one would be fine.
Sounds great. But once you, like I said, the Gulf beach area of Alabama is just amazing, and the Panhandle of Florida. So yeah, he'll have to try it one time just to see.
And you and I have talked about that. You brought that up just a moment ago. Over the years of doing bike hike warm up out at Eagle 102, every year we talked about, one of these years we're going to do a remote bike hike, and we're going to do it from the beach. And we're going to call Jimmy and have Buffett come down there and play music for us. And doggone it, we just didn't do it quick enough.
We didn't. Without, it was just a little bit too late. And we did play Buffett this year at the radio station, and that was a little bittersweet. Because that's the warm up used to be. You warmed up on exercise bicycles to ride the 25-mile route the next day. Well, that kind of morphed into, everything has changed with bike hike, and that's one of the things. So we turned it into a beach party warm-up to make it just more fun. We designed beach shirts. People came in costume. We did mullet tosses. We just did it to make
with real mullet, I might add.
Yes, and that is coming back next year. If it's a finale for the mullet toss, hopefully it will be next year. But a lot of people have asked for that back, so it's coming on our 50th annual bike hike. But anyway, back to and while we were doing these things, Don and I would always say, "Oh, we wish we were at the beach and not here," basically, and we wanted to broadcast, from the beach. Now the technology, you could actually do that because we're,
absolutely.
But then you couldn't. So I said, maybe one day we're gonna get there. Maybe next year, or we may be in somebody pushing us in our wheelchairs out in the sand. But we'll do it one day.
All right, folks, this is what we're doing this morning. We're just hanging out and having a good time. Come by, and like I said, you don't even have to get out of your vehicle. Just pull up the front door. I'll run out, and you can scan the QR code so you can register for the NOAA weather radios. And we'll be doing several breaks throughout the morning. We'll be just chit-chatting about the Randolph County Learning Center, bike hike in general, and just having a good time and keeping you updated on the weather forecast. Let me show you one more time the radar before we end this break, and you can see some really big thunderstorms down in South Alabama. Let me zoom out just a bit to kind of give you a perspective of where the storms are versus where we are. This is Randolph County up here in East Alabama, where I have the cursor, and then all those big storms, which were actually a little bit closer to us an hour or so ago. They've kind of continued to sink to the south as they're moving east, but I just want you to look at this line of thunderstorms has really intensified over the last 45 minutes and is currently stretching from Columbia, South Carolina, back down across middle Georgia, east Georgia, middle Georgia, just south of Macon, then down to around Albany, and then into Alabama, where some really big thunderstorms are taking place across the Wiregrass region of southeast Alabama, from just north of Dothan all the way back over to Ozark, down around Daleville, Enterprise, and then that stretches all the way down to the Gulf Coast to around Destin. Big storms moving through Mobile, especially over on the eastern side of the Mobile Bay now. Down around Dauphin Island, very heavy rainfall, and that stretches out into the Gulf of Mexico about 150 to 200 miles, with storms really occurring along the Gulf Coast all the way back west of New Orleans. And all of this is going to be continuing to move off to the east this morning. We think more development will take place back on the west side of this storm system and perhaps lift a little further to the north. As we get into the heating of the afternoon across East Alabama and West Georgia, we could see some of those big thunderstorms develop across our coverage area of East Alabama and West Georgia as well. But at the moment, it is beautiful weather here at the 49th annual bike hike that's taking place at the Roanoke Rec Center. We actually, from time to time, the sun's trying to peek through the clouds, and it's just, it's fantastic. So come by and hang out with us, and if nothing else, I love those neck hugs. I'll hug those necks and let you scan the QR code and register for those NOAA weather radios. Come see us. We're broadcasting live at the Roanoke Rec Center in Roanoke, Alabama for the 49th annual bike hike on Dr. Don's Weather.